Hi, I'm Luz Dubay, and I love to talk about movies 24/7. I've been fascinated with films as long as I can remember, and I upload weekly. Today I'm going to be talking about Fast X, which is the 10th movie in the Fast and Furious franchise, technically the 11th if you include Hobbs and Shaw. But it's about the endgame for these characters, and it's the first chapter in this ending trilogy for the franchise. I would normally talk about who's in the movie, but since there's like 800 family members at this point, I'm not going to do that because I'd be here for like 3 hours. It's directed by somebody and written by people. Anyways, let's get to the review. um, I like the beginning. I think it sets things up pretty well. Um, I should also mention that I am a fan of this franchise. But there's a couple I really didn't like 4 and 9 I thought were terrible. But there's most of them I do enjoy, and 5 is my favorite so far. I don't think anything is going to beat that one. But I thought that intro sets things up pretty well, and it got me engaged and wondering what was going to happen next. So I thought they did a good job with the intro. I love most of these characters. There's like I said, a lot of family members, but I do like a lot of them, and I like the new additions as well. I thought Jason Momoa as the villain was absolutely phenomenal. He's completely unhinged, hilarious, just completely insane. A lot of people say he's like the Joker, which I do agree with. I was skeptical hearing that. I was like the Joker. I was like, what? And then when I saw the movie, I was like, oh, I was like, okay, yeah, he is like the Joker. He's the best part of the movie by far. He really elevated this movie. It's very refreshing to have a villain like this instead of the same generic villain. So I'm glad that we got a villain that was actually interesting. Um, I just love how his character interacts with everyone else. Like they're talking all serious to me. He just says something completely insane. So I was a big fan of his character, and I'm glad we finally got something different. Brie Larson's character was pretty good. Alan Richardson's character is pretty good. All the returning cast members' characters are all great. Um, I thought the flow of this movie was pretty good for the most part. Um, I enjoyed some of the story beats and some I didn't. It had some pretty good humorous moments. Some didn't land, but most of it I thought was solid. All right, I'm going to talk about some of the negatives now. Um, writings, I, it's too ridiculous at this point. The last movie really jumped the shark to the point I didn't care anymore, and now I just don't. I just don't care about these. What's going to happen to these characters because they all feel superhuman. I don't feel there's any stakes. I don't, and even if it's like something happens to them, I don't care because they just like went too far on the deep end with the ridiculous stuff. Like it was up okay until 8. I was still like buying into it, but 9 just pushed it way too far. So I just stopped caring about like any stakes or anything. It just went it just too insane. This movie has jumped the shark way too many times for me to care. Um, the directing's okay. Uh, I don't know the director's name offhand, but I didn't notice anything particularly amazing. Some of the acting is, a little flat, but most of it's okay from the returning characters and cast members. The story is just kind of stupid and ridiculous. I didn't really care about it. There's, like I said, there's some interesting parts, but a lot of stuff I didn't care about. There's too much going on. There's too many characters. Runtime is way too long. Did not need to be this long, especially for a movie like this. Could have been much shorter because there's parts I was staring off into space. I wasn't necessarily bored, but there's parts I just didn't care what was happening on screen. I was kind of just like thinking about other things. Um, that was only a few times. So it didn't happen throughout the whole movie. Um, Overall, this movie is it's okay. It's a step up from the last one for sure. So I'm glad they're kind of in the next they're going in the right direction. It's kind of in the middle of the Fast and Furious movies if I were to rank them. I didn't like the ending. I just thought I was just like, what? I don't care. I just didn't care about the ending at all. Post credit scene though, pretty cool. I would stick around for that. There is a mid credit scene that I think is actually worth watching. So I was like, okay, that's actually pretty cool. I guessed it. I kind of figured what the mid credit scene was going to be. I'm luckily I didn't get spoiled, but I had a good feeling what it was going to be. based on the behind the scenes things I've been hearing, but I obviously won't spoil it here. I guess some like the raft spoiled this. I was like, how unprofessional! Like why would you like you're a professional at news site and you're gonna spoil that for everyone? That's real nice. But I was luckily one of the people that didn't get it spoiled. So I was happy with that mid credit scene. Overall, this movie is okay. Some of the visual effects are cool. Some of them are pretty bad. It's just kind of a mixed bag for me. I it's okay. Yeah, it's not the best thing ever. It's not the worst thing ever. Overall, I'd give it this movie a C plus. Um, if you're a diehard fan of this franchise, I would definitely recommend checking it out. If not, go ahead and skip it, or just wait to rent it, or when it comes on Peacock. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. You guys have a great day and take care. Bye.